Hello Aries, welcome back to my channel The Vibes Inside. I am Mariana and I'm preparing here to do your next reading, Aries. So today I put my if you saw my full moon reading, I'm putting my Buddha here because there's this reflection of light that I just find is so interesting, like a third eye light or something. I just thought it was quite funny, because when I take it away, right, it's a reflection that somehow, I hope you can see it, that it somehow happens here with this Buddha here. So I just thought it was kind of fun, so we'll put it there. Unique gifts. Okay, let's have a look here. So if you're new to my channel, I'm just going to tell you that well, on my channel nothing is really that sugar coated. I read what I get, I channel. Sometimes it's very easy, sometimes it's very abstract. I'm not choosing what is more, you could say, mainstream or more polite maybe. I'm reading what I get, right? I read what I get. Okay. We are currently in the Aries season. So this is your season, Aries. I'm recording this on the 25th of March 2024. And we'll see what comes out here for you. Aries is the first house. So we talk about new energy. But for you, Aries, you live this energy. So for you, you are this. Like, you are new, you could say. That is your entire life. You are driven by new interest, perhaps new fun, new insights, new achievements, new drive, new this, new that. You're the embodiment of, you would say, the new. We also have a full moon in the sign of Libra occurring right now, and Libra is your opposite sign, Aries. So if you haven't looked at the full moon reading, it could be interesting for you because it deals with your opposite, and well, opposites attract. So sometimes you could end up with a Libra, perhaps. Dealing with Libra energy, perhaps. Libra is all about the scales, the balance between, you could say, well, if you look at the full moon front picture, it shows a scale that has to do, on one side it has the sun, on one side it has the moon. So it's a balance between the yin and yang, or the balance between the light and shadow. It's about balance maybe between drive and rest or something like that. So maybe you are influenced with some of that kind of energy as well. I get the page of earth here as a flyer. Young earth energy. Actually interesting because he has wings, this one, and there was a feature of the dragonfly actually in more than one card in the full moon reading. So there could be a feeling of well, the full moon reading talked about an energy that would like to prefer their own healing, their own heart healing or heart connection. And dragonflies were flying around this person. And now I have this one jump out that, well, it's maybe not a dragonfly, but it's definitely also not just human, it seems like, right? So being surrounded by something, surrounding yourself with dragonflies. Dragonflies, like genetically, are known to be very, very old. Like they carry DNA that is like the sharks. It's from way back, dinosaur time. That kind of. So evolutionary, they are very, very old. Before. And for some reason they have survived, right? We know that the sharks survived the extinction of the dinosaurs. Most of the watery life survived, even though, because there has been several, I believe it was 5 or 6, like Earth extinctions. But the most well-known is the one happening 66 million years ago with the dinosaurs. But you know, we have life over water that needs oxygen. And then we have life underwater that doesn't. Why am I saying that? Well, there are clearly different species. They clearly need different environments to thrive. So during an extinction, where the air is polluted, where there is no sun to make photosynthesis, only certain creatures or animals will survive. So why am I saying that? Without the sun, without the glare, the sun and you are a fire sign, Aries. Without your fire, there is no life. So without your drive or without your excitement for life, because I feel like Aries has that, like they have excitement for life. Like every new thing is new, like a newborn, right? Like this, wow, this is fun, this I want to try. Without that drive, there's no life. Without the excitement, the exploration possibilities, the new discoveries, the things you could learn, the things you could know or taste or smell or experience, or without that drive to go there, without this direction or this, wow, this, the without the possibility to be wowed, like without your, what is that? Without your excitement feeling, like the feeling you get when there's something there that you may not know, you don't know it, or it's new, right? And because it's new, it excites you. Or because it's something you haven't tried, it excites you. Or if it's something that you find inspirational or different or alluring or something, it excites you. But without this excitement feeling, you will never take action towards it. Without excitement, like without the ability to raise excitement in your life, without the ability to feel excitement and possible new explorations, the possible potential out there, if you can't feel that, if nothing excites you, it's like there is no drive towards it. Interesting. I must say that if there is no drive or excitement within an Aries, it's like growth stops. Because this is the only way the toddler, the newborn, can know about life, know about the surroundings, know about, it's the only way to learn how to crawl or to walk, or if there is no excitement, there is stalemate, or there is still standstill. So I'm wondering what could, if for an Aries, right? Like your drive to move forward towards things is unseen. Like this is so present. So if an Aries has no excitement to move forward, I'm asking myself, how is that possible? It would be like killing the sun, or drowning the fire in you, drowning the fire. What could drown the fire to move forward, to not be in standstill, to regress? Like, because you have tremendous fire, like you are the first sign. I haven't heard about any Aries that is not moving forward. That is not, of course you can have bump in the roads. Of course you will sometimes fail perhaps, but you still get up again. I feel like there has to be, like, for something to kill the fire or to create standstill, is the only thing I hear is fear of can fear extinguish your excitement urge? Can fear wash away, like, a potential outcome of something, a potential excitement, a potential growth? What is big enough to stop an Aries of exploring? Like, this is very sad for me. Like and I've been trying to do on my readings the last month or so, or 2 months, I've been talking a lot about what you are at your core. So for me, hearing something like this, it's like when I talk about the Leo, also fire energy, a Leo without goals, a Leo without like, it's a drive that is like such tremendous fire. Like, some of the other signs don't have this. Like, to kill the fire is, or to, that the fire, that something is bigger than the drive to move forward, like that. That something is bigger than that kind of keeps it under lock. Like, that just feels sad to me. Like, that is, and of course it would make an Aries suffer, because I believe one of the biggest things for Aries is growth. Like, that is, you have to get out there. Like, this is, even though it, like, Aries is the Fool card. Carpe diem, here I come. I know that maybe I don't know everything about the world, but I'm going out there anyway. I wanna feel life. I wanna hear it. I wanna smell it. I wanna touch it. I wanna be touched by it. I have to engage myself in it. It's this inbuilt drive to learn and to grow and to find and you cannot, like, how can this be distinct, I hear? Maybe that's why I had this feeling of sharks and dragonflies, and it's old. How can it be distinct? It's like there's a part of you that is now I hear something like the party is over, like what could excite you doesn't exist anymore. It's distinct. So there is no reason to look anymore. So this feels like a death, like what could conquer the excitement, the willingness to go out there, is either fear or the loss of it, like the loss of and I specifically get like distinct. It's distinct. Extinguished. It's not here anymore. So why even bother? It's not here anymore. Why even bother? And that is the reason. That's why the stalemate comes, or this still stand, or stand still comes, because it's not here. It's distinct. So it feels like a loss. Someone has lost something, or someone. But I get this feeling like the urge to grow, the urge to learn, the urge to engage. Like that inbuilt normal drive of Aries that is like, you just have to go out there and feel the world, right? But it's like this urge, this drive to go out there, to engage, is it's distinct, or like the potential out there to learn from something is not. It's distinct. It is distinct. So why even bother if everywhere I go there is no excitement? Everywhere I go I can't find it. It's distinct. Interesting. So maybe that's why the reference to the sharks and the dragonflies, like it's almost like a time that was, or a wanting to be engaged with something, but it's not this time or this. Timeline, or it's like being in. Have you seen the series on Netflix called Outlander, where Claire was one of the main characters in the film, travels to a timeline that is 200 years before her time, because she is, for some reason, she's not, or she is traveling through some stones, ancient stones. Again, ancient. There's something, it's almost a feeling of who I'm talking to here. It's like they are in the wrong timeline. Like they've ended up in this timeline in 2024, but actually they belong in, or the excitement, the drive to go out there, the exploration there is way earlier if we think about linear time. That it's all the way back to the dinosaurs, or all the way back to, and now I get this feeling of like distinct or ancient. So let's say you have a specific gift perhaps, but that gift and that excitement for that gift comes with something in the environment. And in the environment right now in 2024, you can't find it. Like it's not there. So why even bother? Like why waste my time looking, because it's not there? If it was there, it would be your greatest excitement. It would be, you would have that drive. You would definitely go there. It would uplift and light up your entire life. Yeah, it almost feels a bit like this must be a mistake, like I am in the wrong timeline. It's like being born into a life here where, and maybe you've tried it all. You know, like you have been going this way and this way and this way and this way and this way, and well, you have figured out stuff, but the excitement is becoming less and less and less. Every time you try something, you just figure out it's not the right thing. Like it's not that great. It's not that, it doesn't give me like this potential, or it's not awakening something specific in me. It's not satisfying in some way. So you may have tried, you know, like this could be also different partners, and it just seems like it's never really working out, or it stops or it ends, and you just, why, I don't even want to try anymore. But I specifically get distinct. Like it's, and distinct for me is not just that, you know, that someone has died in this current life. No, this is way back. Like this is eons, or you know, thousands of years. So it's like, it's like an urge to interact with something that is not here. Oh, I've had this come up in some Scorpio readings. Also, like something is not here but but now I get specifically distinct, like it's way back. And I have before, for Aries, I've had this feeling of like, what was it? Something like sitting at the table and there's this empty seat where something should be here, but it's not there. like something is missing. And if, like when you sit at that table, it's like, it's okay, this family dinner is okay, but because this is missing, there is some kind of sadness to it, or some kind of imbalance, I want to say. Imbalance. It's like they should be there, and when they are there, then the family is intact. Then we have balance, right? Or then we have a wholeness, a sense of completion or something. And Scorpio is known as a death card in tarot, right? So there's something about something being missing, possibly dead, possibly destinct, as in ancient. I get a feeling of like, as I just said with the page of Earth, like this dragonfly thing, that it's the page of Earth. Page is always new Earth, or new, the first one, like one of the first Earth creatures, which would probably be distinct, especially if they live over water. So they live over water. And they possibly, definitely has been distinct, because we know about Earth, or at least if the physics are correct, that there has been several distinctions, like life distinctions on Earth, going back all these billion years, all the way back from the beginning. And again, you are Aries, you are the first. So if we talk about Aries in the sense of Earth experience, you would be the first one. And we know, or at least if physics are correct, that when Earth was created, it was one big burning planet. It was not filled with forest and water as we know it today. It was one big giant fire rock, you could say. Just doing its thing of trying to create itself, you could say. And then the page of Earth for me, like today it comes across as like the first Earth creature. Or one of the first Earth creatures. Why is that? Why do I have this? I have the feeling it's like because they know something. Because they have some kind of knowledge. And it's that kind of knowledge that I feel like is your excitement. Like that is the one that you would like to engage with. Like they have this, that would be, like being highly excited to know something ancient, like to know something that nobody else here understands. Again, this idea of if we could talk to the dinosaurs, if we could talk to like some of the creatures in the water from way back, we would know so much more about our existence. We would know so much more about. So now I get like an archaeologist kind of like that is probably what an archaeologist is experiencing if they find this hidden tomb that hasn't been explored for thousands of years, right? That if an archaeologist finds someone like that, not just a little bone in the dirt or a piece of pot, but they find this giant tomb, or if they could actually talk to someone from that time, how much they would, like how much it would reveal, right, about life, how much it would I guess that every time an archaeologist finds a tomb, a buried treasure tomb of a queen or something, like it is highly decorated, there's a lot of symbols and language in there to be deciphered. There's a lot of like physical treasures, like maybe there's a tomb, or there's a coffin, and there are remains that can be studied. There are so now I get something like relative, like a relative from way. A relative. And again, I get this feeling of like being, it's like I'm reborn into this body in 2024, but I belong, or like my excitement would be to talk to someone from way back. And again, it feels like relative, like there's some kind of DNA bloodline thing. But I'm not looking anymore. It's like it's distinct, it's not here, I can't find it. So why even bother? Okay, that's what I have here. Okay, so I don't know. This seems a bit. It could be the feeling that someone is again. Some people, when they incarnate here again, are born here again, they can have this feeling of being. It's like they don't belong here. Like it's like Earth is not the right place, or if it is the right place, it's not the right timeline. So either it can be way back, or either it could be in the future, but this life right now in 2024, where how Earth is right now, is not correct. It doesn't feel right. I guess that people that, and they become seekers, right? Then they dive into all kinds of stuff like star seeds and other kinds of religions to figure out if they belong somewhere else. They become seekers in some way. And maybe you have been a seeker, but you haven't found it. It's like and I get this distinct, it's way back, it's not here, it's a knowledge, I think. A knowledge that is distinct. It's forgotten, or I've had it before with Aries, something like, it's like the book is not here. The teacher is not here, but the book is also not here. The teaching book. Now there's some kind of rumbling in the building. I don't know if you can hear it. If you can, I'm sorry, but I've had that before for Aries. Something like it's something like, again, the feeling of you sit at the dinner table and there's a seat that is vacant, but someone should sit here, and they have some kind of knowledge. They would be the teacher, and they would have this inbuilt teaching book, you could say. And that is what you would like to engage with. That would be your greatest excitement or your goal or your purpose here. But there's no teacher. It's distinct. It's done. It's way back. There's no teacher, right? You may have tried to look for it, but it seems like there's no teacher, so why even bother? And then for some reason I'm drawn to this one. What happens when we can't find an external teacher? Well, sometimes we have to look within. Because if this is DNA, if this is bloodline, if this is inheritance, and you can't seem to find the relative out there, that it's all distinct in some way, where to look then? Well, some look for spiritual guidance. They go within and are looking for the answers. Because if it is in your DNA, you should be able to unlock it. If the timeline is right and the vibration here is right. I feel this is a rather specific message. Either it's for you or it's not, right? Either you recognize some of this feeling or you don't. So let's have a look at here. Trust your innocence. Page of Gabriel. Justice reversed here. Okay, so the center card, trust your innocence. I want to say this is a childlike feeling. But I also get the feeling that again, it kind of refers me to this, what I just talked about, that if some people, they feel like they don't belong here. Like there's something off with the environment. There's something off with the tune in society. There's something off in the family. Like something is missing. They can't seem to find it. They may have tried everywhere. And because this is in the middle, I feel like, this is the center card, that you should trust this feeling, right? You should trust it, that there's something here that is right. Like it is correct what you may be feeling here. I have Page of Gabriel in the root, and root is again what I feel like the page of fire here. And of course you are a page of fire, Aries. I feel like that is your root, that is your core. You are from that place. I feel like you are born with these innate drives to. At that time, again, if physics is correct, the Earth was not, it was spinning very quickly. Like it was very quick spin, not as we know it today. It's way slower today. But it was a very, very quick spin, and that's also one of the things I associate with Aries, is that it's like when you take action, boom, you take action, right? And you like to be engaged in many things, and it has to, like, speed is okay for you, I think, right? And trust your innocence, again, maybe going back to the roots, back to like the innocent you, the speedy you, perhaps, the fiery, speedy you. Maybe that's what I'm talking about here, that Earth is not what you are. As I just said, when Earth was created in the very first time, it was a fireball. It was spinning very quickly, right? And at some point, I guess after some millions of years, some life started to come in. Some life started to emerge. But in the beginning, it was just very quick spinning, fiery ball. And you see, like that could be the timeline that I talk about here. That the earth, how it is now, even though many find it beautiful, that this is not the earth that you, it's not the earth that you remember, or it's not the earth that was exciting, or it's like you would want it to be in a former state, where there was a different kind of life that you could engage with. Does that make sense? Or if we talk about your current life, it would be something like, not if you're an adult today, it would be something from your past, from your childhood, from your innocent, like the innocent place that is very fiery and maybe very speedy. Like it maybe wants to be speedy, it maybe wants to be quick, it maybe wants to be loud, or it says here, energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion, you're ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. And that is exactly what I talked about. This is exactly what you are. Right? You are this. And it is in your root here. Like it's in your core, you're built like this. That this is the embodiment, I want to say, of Aries, right? Energetic, brave, optimistic, playful. Let's get out there. Follow your passion. That's what you do, Aries, right? If you find excitement or passion for something, you go there. You're ready for any challenge. Yes, get out there. I want to smell it. I want to feel it. I want to touch it. I want to be touched by it. I want to feel it all. I want to know it all, right? Opportunities for excitement and adventure. This is exactly what I talked about. That is you. And for some reason, it's like, why is it not? Because I feel the opposite. I feel this is what I know about you, right? And then I have this feeling, but there's no, like, I've tried so many things, but it's not it. It's not it for me. Like, I don't feel energetic. I don't feel necessarily brave or optimistic or playful for going out there. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's fun anymore. It's like something has killed or shut off this excitement feeling. The potential for excitement, the potential for adventure, the urge to somehow keep engaging in some way. It's like the engaging is cut in somehow. Like your willingness to engage seems cut, because it feels like what you want to engage with is where, like, it's what could really excite you, like what could really, like get you out of your chair and get going. It's old, like it's ancient. It's, as I said with an archaeologist, like if they find this enormous tomb, it's like, woo, the excitement goes up, right? This is the reason I have done all of this previous work. It's to find this tomb, right? It's to find this answer. It's to talk to this person. If I could just, just one little word. But it's like they are not there. The teacher is gone. It's not there. It's like Merlin without his sorcerer teacher. So you know you are Merlin, or you know you may have some qualities, but it's like you can't enhance them because you don't know the spells, you don't know you don't have the wand, you don't have the tricks. It's like having some kind of potential, but there is no, teacher. In the crown position, I have Justice reversed here. Justice is a card of the scales, and I did refer to, I don't know if you can see it here. She is holding, can you see that? She is holding some scales here, and a sword on the other hand. So this is, Justice can be the, well, it can be a judge, literally being a judge. But today it comes across a bit like unfairness, that there's something that is unfair in this current situation. Like, it's like you have the urge here to take action, but it's like she is not there. She, in this case, represents balance, right? Libra. So we could talk about a Libra here. A Libra, or balance in your life. Because it's like, it seems like you can engage with what it is that you want to engage with, and that feels unfair. It's like, why have I incarnated and come here if I can't engage with what it is that is my true excitement, that is my real joy, that is my real pleasure? It's like, it feels like then I'm here without purpose. I can engage in something else, but it won't excite me. It won't give it. It is not my passion. Like the real one is not here for some reason. Like, it seems like I can't connect with them. It's reversed here. I can never find balance, justice. I can never have fairness or balance or contentment perhaps in my life, because it seems like it's not there. So when you trust your innermost innocent self, there's a sense of unfulfillment, I feel like, and unfairness. Again, this feeling of, it's like I've incarnated in the wrong century, or because I have been looking, right, and it's not there. I can't seem to find it. Of course I can engage in other stuff, but it won't, I'm not excited about it. I'm not happy about it. It doesn't give me a sense of fulfillment. It's like I haven't found it. I haven't found the right one or the right thing. Because the justice here, I want to say there could be a feeling of like literally a sentence. Like, you could have been sentenced to jail. And because you sit behind bars, you can engage. Like, you can go out there and look for the things and be social, and you are literally put behind bars. But this can also be more like a metaphorical bars. It's like I sit here and I want to engage with something. I feel it, like I feel it so deeply here. But I just can't. I can't seem to find it. It feels like it's not there. They or it is not there. And without it, I feel imbalance. Without it, I can't be calm. Without it, I can't seem to relax. Without it, I haven't found my purpose. I feel like I'm just this blind wanderer that wanders the earth without no purpose, without no goal, without no passion. Why even bother? Why even bother if it's not here? But I'm doing this reading, so I guess it's, maybe you are asking, right? Asking, what am I supposed to do here? Can I have a card on this Justice reversed here? 11 card can also talk about 1111, like your soulmate, the one that you are supposed to, like vibe with or build with or work with or something. But again, as I said, it's like there's this empty seat at the table, and they're supposed to be there. And if they were there, then everything would be intact. But because they are missing, it's silent. There's nothing there. It's like you can't seem to find balance. You are unsteady. It gives you a sense of being unsteady. Like this is in the crown position, and reversed, it's like, like spinning minds. You can't find peace here. You can't find peace without them, or without this. The ability to have excitement, the ability to be happy, the ability to. So this could of course be one particular person. Let's have a card on this Justice reversed here. Can we get a little more about this? Again, like this one has wings and this one has wings. The page of Earth we saw as a flyer earlier had wings. Again, I have this feeling of dragonfly. And dragonflies are still here, but I get a feeling of a particular one. A particular one that had almost human form, but also had antlers. So like again, this feeling of like a first creature. A first creature. Right? Like a first. Okay, let's have a card on this Justice reversed here. Can I get a little more about this? Again, here I get a feeling of like they were there with you. Like here she's flying beside you. It's almost like she was there when Earth was created. She was there when you were born, perhaps, in this lifetime. But then it's like she's not there anymore. This flying. So is it like a spirit guide, or were there perhaps earth angels or something in the very beginning of earth creation? Was there earth angels surrounding you when you were born, and you could see them perhaps? It feels ancient, like it feels, and that could also be the reason why it's not here, because it's ancient. It has a vibrational touch or a certain energetic field that cannot exist in this current vibration of Earth. Like that it cannot incarnate, it cannot come in. If it's high vibrational, then it's not allowed into a third dimensional energy. Okay, can I get a card on this Justice, please? Page of Water, interesting. Page of Water, again, page energy. Like she has a tail here. Again, not like mermaid, like she's not a. So well, she could be a watery person. Again, there is a reference here to lotuses, and it came up in the in the full moon reading as well. Please have a look at that, Aries, if you feel this resonates with you. Again, I get page here, the first water. I've talked about, like we know that, or at least again, if physics are correct, when Earth was created, it was spinning very fast. It was a fiery ball. There was no life at all on Earth when it was still in this early state of creation. It's like this, the pace in which Earth was spinning has been slowing down over many, many years. One of the factors for the slowing down was the moon, when the moon was created. And the moon was created, again, if physics are correct, it was created when the dinosaurs died. The impact of this giant meteor that distinguished the dinosaurs and everything. In that particular event, the moon was created. And the gravity between Earth and moon, the spin that it had with each other, slowly, the moon helped, you could say, or helped. The moon was part of why the pace of the Earth was getting slower. So the pace in which the Earth is spinning right now is not the pace when the planet was initially created. It was way faster. And now I think about chakras, right? There is this understanding that if a chakra is spinning fast, it's higher vibrational. It spins in the utmost, most, you could say, maybe healthy or in the most healthy way if the chakra is spinning fast clockwise. If it's spinning slowly, it's because it can be blocked or there's trauma or something. So for some reason I associate some of this with the spinning of the Earth now, that we have this slower pace. And we have adapted to that, right? The life on Earth has adapted to this way of life over millions, billions of years. But the slower pace, which is normal for us, but it was not normal in the beginning, that maybe like the distinctions that have already impacted Earth, that it has gradually been a kind of wounding to Earth. And we are Earthlings, like we are born here, so we are a product of Earth. So if we should see the Earth as an embodiment of some kind of life, she would have had several hits along the way. And every hit may have, slowed her down or slowed the chakra down, if we can say that, the chakra down. And she's not spinning so fast as she could have. What if this is all an energetic thing? That in the beginning it was spinning very, 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 very fast. It was new. It was healthy. It was just created. It was way right from the womb. As we know with a baby. When it comes in, it's pure, it's clean, it's new, right? It hasn't been affected by anything yet. It's a blank slate, you'd say. So when a child comes in, it's brand new. And there's something to be found in that, I think, this brand new. Like when you were brand new, did you have a companion here? A a companion or a guide or something here that just feels like that is the one that is not there. In the background we have either a sun or a moon here. It says here that the balance that you can seem to find has to do with a page of water here. Page of water, again, page energy, page energy. Page is young, like you could say first water, first fire, first water on earth. First fire, first water. So the first water, maybe the first water was, I've sometimes referred to Cancer as first water. Like if we follow the zodiac cycle, the first water sign that we encounter on earth is Cancer. And Cancer is quite sensitive, it's introverted, it relates a lot to the home, to I want to say, I feel like Cancers are, sometimes they are referred to as being oversensitive, that they can't seem, they have a difficult time dealing with certain emotions. And maybe it's because they are first. It's an immature water state. It hasn't learned yet to deal with its emotions. A Pisces is the oldest water sign and the final sign in the zodiac, just before we start the cycle again with Aries. So Pisces has learned, it has tried everything. It's the elderly. Where Cancer is not the elderly. They are young. They are still, they have just gotten in. Like they are also a newborn, you could say, in the sense of the emotional realm. They may be seen as oversensitive, as I said. They are very open, like very emotionally open. They can be empaths. They can be very trusting. Like they haven't learned about lies yet. They haven't learned about so it's they are, I see the first four signs as quite pure in their essence, like they are very new. So they haven't learned yet to deal with their fire. They haven't learned yet, or to slow down perhaps here. They haven't learned yet. They haven't balanced, right? They haven't learned yet. Taurus is the first earth sign. They haven't earned, Taurus represents like spring, the very first new blossoms, right? Is all very new and very small. Small creatures, small earth creatures. I had the page of earth jump out also, like the very small earth creatures. Gemini is the twin. The twin element has to do with mirroring. It has to do with double. It has to do with the ability to breed, that you have a yin and a yang, or a female and a male, so that you can reproduce, not just only having one flower, but you can actually have more. It could refer even to the secondary planet in the same orbit as Earth, that also physics have described as, actually was it not described as Freya, I think. And Freya came out in the full moon reading as well. Interesting. Oh, anyway, so there could be a reference to this twin planet that was in the same orbit as Earth, and the gravitational pull between them eventually made them again collide, which again created a new destruction on Earth, a new like distinction event. After that, the water came, right? And it's believed that the water came from Jupiter. So some of the water we have on Earth is from Jupiter, the first water. This was a clarifier for the imbalance that you have. It may be the feeling that you to calm the burning earth down, water came, right? So water could be a thing here, that you need something. You need a mermaid here. There's a mermaid you're missing. There's a mermaid missing, or the first water, something very sensitive or very fine-tuned. Something very fine-tuned that could maybe calm you down. Like you have no balance here. And the one you're missing could be someone like this. Again, a page, she like young. It's young, it's innocent, it's trusting, it's childlike. Like maybe it's a friend here. Like maybe she is like a friend here. Again, I get ancient. I mentioned sharks, but I don't see a page of water like a shark. Like that doesn't feel right to me. This feels more like, as I said, dragonflies and sharks are old. Very, like they are way back. The DNA of sharks are almost intact. They are almost the same as they were once. Dragonflies, I believe, are also almost the same. And there are possibly other species out there. And I think she's one of them here. Like she is, for some reason, she has lived. And she comes from the water. As I said, she could have survived because she was underwater and not above. This refers to what I said in the very beginning. Something like when a meteor strikes, there's this enormous dust cloud that comes. The entire atmosphere, or the entire, the earth is surrounded by dust, and it stays for maybe millions of years, where you can't breathe. Like you can't have a mammal over on land. Like land living creatures were distinct. We know that with the dinosaurs. We know it with many other creatures. There were some who survived. There's actually one particular one. It looks a little bit like a dog, I think. Very short ears. I believe they lived in some caves or something, and that's the reason why they could survive. But like the very big creatures, like the big dinosaurs, like these very big creatures, they died. Some birds survived. And the birds we have today are, descendants from that time. But this seems like something here in the water. And it's interesting because she is over ground here. She is over ground. But this one from the water could I'm just wondering if, like mosquitoes, they put their eggs in the water. So the mosquitoes must fly out of the water when they are hatching. That if something survived because it dived underwater in some way, it became more watery. Libra would be air. So an air element that was becoming more watery or survived because it dived into the water. If it dives into the water, it's under the surface, so it's hiding. Again, I get a feeling of subconscious it's in your subconscious or underwater, it's hidden, it's not. And then again, I get this feeling of going within, seeking these inner. But again, you may have been looking, or you may have been searching for thoughts, wisdom, knowledge. What you should do is perhaps watery, like maybe you have to go through emotions to find knowledge. Like if you sit here, you go through emotions to find knowledge. If something has changed here, again from a this is the one you don't have contact to. But she's clarified with a page of water. Like they don't look the same to me. She has no wings, she has a tail. This one has wings, no tail. It's almost like they became something else. Maybe to survive, they became something else. And you can't seem to find them because you're looking for a Libra with wings, right? You're looking for something that you could recognize as right for you. But maybe she has changed her ways. Again, I get this feeling of distinct. Like to survive, she had to change. Like we know that with energy, like no energy really dies. It just changes. So if there is a distinction process going on, or was going on Earth, it had to change perhaps to survive. We know that with all the birds that are now living. Like many of them have gone through a lot of change to be able to survive. Some of them became excellent, like divers, like they dive down to feed on fish. Some of them became excellent swimmers, like the penguin. Like the penguin can no longer fly, but it became excellent swimmers. So something may have changed here. It has a different tune to it. It may have a different expression, because it's the way it could survive. So maybe you have been looking all the wrong places. Maybe if they showed up today, you wouldn't recognize them because they have changed in some way. Can I have another card of this page of Gabriel here? Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at this. 6 of Cups here. Like 6 of Cups is what I call happy nostalgic memories with the one that is special to you here. This is the one that you're looking for. She is the one, or he is the one here that you're looking for. And every time you look out there, you can't seem to find them. I think that the person you're looking for here they don't have the expression that you think they should have. Like they look differently. They became a mermaid here to survive. It was the only way. Otherwise, she would have died. It would have been distinct. The DNA of this one would have been distinct. And it's the one you want to play with. This is the one that is you in your favorite here. This is the one you are playing with. And again, this we can talk about from early childhood. This was a friend you had when you were very, very young. Exploring the garden here, you love them very much. It's very balanced. 6 always indicates very balanced energy, and this is exactly what you don't have. Like they balance you here. They balance you out here. Like this would be your perfect counterpart or something, but I think that they are not. They don't look like they used to do. Like they don't, or the energy is not exactly Libra-like, I think. Like I think they may come across differently. Um, this is like the unfairness or the imbalance that you don't have the feeling that you can't find them or it's not there, that it leaves you feeling emotional also. Again, cups card, right? A water and water here. Like it leaves you feeling emotional. It leaves you feeling alone. She's alone here. She may be swimming alone. She may be, or he may be single here, alone. The lotuses are still here. Please have a look at the full moon reading also. In the full moon reading, there was something about, and she was actually standing in water. She was standing in water with lotuses around her, dragonflies. But she like in this position, she had the 10 of Wands, which is way too much fire. So there could have been something about, I feel like, yeah, there's someone you're thinking about here. They balance you out. I think like this is the greatest love you have here. Six of Cups is happy nostalgic memories. This can even be past lives. I said distinct, right? That this is like they have this very special way of being your counterpart or this perfect balance to who you are. Like they would balance you out. You have to trust the innocence here. When we look at them, they are children, right? She is a page. This is a page. You can't go about to find whatever this is with an adult mind. You have to trust your inner child, the inner version of yourself here. Okay, let's get a card on the innocence here. Can I get a card on the innocence? So I get storm warning. And like the storm warning tells me something about like it clarifies your innocence here. A storm warning would be like it's very destructive. Like we can see how the building is destroyed here from the storm, the lightning, the harsh weather, the tsunami or the waves here. So now I think about like Atlantis. I think about the flood that we know Noah was building this ark. The flood. Again, I get historical references, right? And during that time, like the flood and Noah's Ark, what we know about that is that the entire earth was covered with water, right? So if she even if she could fly, she was a bird in some way here, or a bird-like feature or creature. She would have needed to figure out how to swim in the water. She would drown, or she is both. Like she both can fly and she can swim. Where here they seem like over land, right? They seem like they are earthlings here. They live and breathe over water. with the garden here, everything blossoming. Trust your innocence would say something like, trust that you know something. Trust that you remember. The innocence could also be a memory here, a memory of some kind of destruction. Again, I get this feeling of destinct. It's not here anymore. I guess it is, but it's changed. Like, it doesn't have the same. And therefore, if you came across this one, like, they would not look the same. And the excitement to engage with this would not be the same. It's a bit like, you know, if someone has undergone some kind of trauma, it's like it may be the same person. Like, you may recognize them from, you know, family pictures, or you may recognize them from school pictures when you are very young. But when you meet them today, they like, you remember them as this, but what you see is this. You know, like, so it's like they're not the same anymore. So the excitement of having them around is not the same. Why even bother? It's like trust this knowing that you have, that there's something. Trust that you have a knowing. Storm warning. For some reason I'm drawn to the shape of this. I'm still trying to figure out what it is. Not so much that there's a lightning, and it's this idea of this enormous cloud and the lightning. It's angry, right? It's like there's an anger. Maybe that's also why I made a reference to Scorpio later, because Scorpio could definitely come across like this, right? The big tsunami, the big water, right? Scorpio can raise a tsunami wall, right? It can freeze it over. Scorpio is different than Cancer energy in the sense that it has this poisonous tail. It can definitely come in with like a sting, you could say. And again, Scorpio energy refers to the death card in tarot. So trust your innocence that something has gone wrong here, or something has happened. Because it's like, well, if you were the young children here, playing in the garden, you would have walked down here. But this storm warning feels like it's an outside thing that comes in and is destroying something here. So again, I have this feeling of, at some point you were with an energy, a person, and a creature here, and they were your Six of Cups. You love them very much here. I think, and they can balance you out, but it's like they are not there. So you don't have the balance. Well, they look a bit alike. It's almost like they have the same clothes on, maybe almost the same age. They could be a friend, they could be a sibling here. But it's like they balance you out, or they did. You have a lot of love for them here. You love them very much. And again, it's like here you are in the garden, but you are exploring with them perhaps. So maybe the excitement and the engagement is because you were doing it together, like you were doing this together, and because they are not there, it's like the excitement is not the same if you can't share it with them. It's like you need this partner or the feeling of this person here, because both of you love this. In that sense, they are like you. Both of you love this. Both of you have the same interest for exploration. Both of you have this, you like the same things perhaps. Both of you like to explore. And both of you were excited about it, but alone it's like you're not excited about it. The balance, it's like you need them. The storm warning for me would suggest something like that something has come in and kind of destroyed something. Like the flood that we know that was covering the earth. And I think that some energy didn't make it. It didn't make it. Or not in the original form. It didn't make it. It changed into something else here. Otherwise it couldn't survive. And you would not be able to recognize them because you are looking for this one. Like you are looking for someone similar here to this one. You can't find them, I think, because it's like they are changed. Can I have a card on the storm warning here? Because warning seems a bit like you should trust your innocence, and then I get storm warning to clarify it. It almost suggests to me that if you trust your innocence, if you sit here and try to remember and go back in time and try to remember something and trust those very pure times here, like these very pure times you had together here, then you also find the reason, or you also find something here. If you trust your innocence, you will find something that is telling you why you can't find them, I think. Maybe they drowned. Or you thought they were drowning, right? They were forced into water, and because of that they changed here. They did not survive by using their, wings and fly over the storm. They survived by diving into the water. But in that process, they changed. Can I have another card on the storm warning, please? So I get the child here. Get the child, and we have so much child here. innocence page. These are young and this is young. And you are the first sign in the zodiac. So again, I get a reference to young child. Something tearing down childhood, perhaps. That something came in here, very angry, very aggressive. It tore down the childhood state, the childlike state. And then I'm immediately also drawn to all these moons here that kind of tell me it's eons ago, like it's way back. And if we don't think about Earth, you can think about it's way back in your own life, like that this is something that happened when you were a child. Like maybe they drowned, maybe they were killed in some way. Maybe childhood was interrupted in the sense that they had to grow up fast. They had to grow up fast. Maybe you were the one who was needing to grow up fast. Maybe you feel like this feeling of childhood love or childhood excitement for life was interrupted because of something here that kind of changed everything. Like I know that there's a reference that the people that lived in Atlantis and the people that lived in Lemuria had wings. I don't know if that is correct. But it seems like everything that is currently living on Earth, unless we talk about birds, do not have wings. Child, innocence, like that's the same, right? Your innocent child, the pure new one. And then storm warning. And it's in the center. I talked about in Scorpio readings like a storm is coming. I've said that it's years ago I started with that. That there's a storm. There's a storm is coming. Or a storm is on the way, or a storm is. And I feel like it has the potential, because I've talked so much about distinction and extinction maybe in this reading, that it has the potential of killing, right? The potential of dying, the potential of killing. The coronavirus has been here, and definitely many people were influenced by this, and many people died also. Somehow I get the feeling that this is someone who died young, right? So either you died, like your young self died, your childhood died, or it was distinct or extinguished in some way. But it was the only way you found, it was the only thing that could balance you. It was the only thing that, so again I get this feeling of something you may have been doing, something that gave you enormous joy and like, but it was killed, or again, it's the drive. I feel like the drive to engage with something, the drive to, again, you can look, you can sit in your living room and you can look outside of the window to look at the garden, but it's not the same as actually being there. But the urge to go outside and engage with nature and explore, it's like the urge to go there is killed because of something, because someone is not with you, because someone is not participating, someone is not the excitement to go and explore something. It's like it's not there without them, I feel like. Like this is like the best friend, the one you like, the one you rely on and trust, the one that shares your joy, that shares your excitement for this exploration. Your best friend, the one you loves the most, the one you choose. You know, children do that. They choose. They may have a best friend, right? Because what they have between each other, it's special, right? It's special. And something changed them, I feel like. And again, under surface, like the watery mermaid here could be under surface, like maybe she's hiding. Like maybe she's not there. Again, she's reversed here. It could be the feeling she's out of touch. You can engage with her. She's dead, or it's changed here. The energy is changed. So even if she came and sat at the dinner table, it would not be her, right? It wouldn't be like this. Like she would come and she would sit there, but she would not be her. Like she would not be the one you remember, or the one you, I think you remember her somehow. The purity of her was destroyed in some way here, or him. And she changed into something else here. Like a page of earth that would be on over water would change and become a page of water that lives in the sea. So maybe the energy is here, it's just not the form that you recognize, or it's not you can't find it in, you can't find this person in or on land here. Like they may be another species, or again, you may have played in the garden here. Maybe they are not over land anymore. Like maybe they live underwater here. We know that what is that called? An octopus, right? An octopus is quite clever. And it has a way of, it can interact with humans. We have dolphins also, right? Dolphins like to play. Like they can be quite playful. I don't know, piece of water here. Again, of course, it could be a person that is watery, that is, you could say, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. More than it's air. So again, maybe you're looking at the wrong person, right? That you're looking for air, perhaps. Like you're looking for the Libra. You're looking for the immediate balance or immediate recognition here. But, and 6 is always about balance in tarot. But I'm not sure that she is necessarily very air-like. Like I think she could be more watery here, or he. But they are pages here, but you know, like a page of yeah. Can I have another card on this page of water here? It's like there's something about her. I've always, when I look at her, this card has come up several times before. I see her as quite shy. I don't see her engage much. I see her being quiet, maybe alone, like a loner. Yeah, again, it's like she is here, right? She has no sword, she has no scale, she has no wings. It feels like she's been stripped, like she doesn't have the sword is knowledge, right? The scale is balance. The wings, the ability to fly above, or to, you know, like the wings for me can also indicate, yeah, fly above, see things from above, collecting data, being clever, right? Libra, all air signs are quite clever. A studier, a learner, but it's like she's stripped of it all here, right? She's stripped of it all. Okay, interesting. So I get the seer here, the seer with the page of water here, and look at how she's hiding, or he is hiding here, right? She's camouflaged in some way, and then she is hiding in the bushes. Again, I said a loner, maybe alone, maybe But she knows stuff, definitely knows stuff. It also makes sense with water and seer, like they would be able to maybe see with this, like the third eye thing here. But could be hiding, could be again, it's like here she's like camouflaged, I said, but all wearing a mask, right? Being covered here by a mask or some kind, where this one, they have no masks, this one has no mask, not this one, this one, this one, or this one, no masks. The child also no masks here. So, but this one has. This one is like colored, right? Closed eyes, like they can see without seeing. Page of water definitely could be like intuitive, very, very maybe psychic. Can I get one more card on the Six of Cups here? Like what is it is that is so special between them? Can I get a card on that? Why this is so beautiful? Yeah, so I get this like happy family here. Like they are your family. And rainbow and beautiful white, like they are your, like again I get inheritance, bloodline. Like if you could be with them, that's what I talked about, and if you could just talk to them, they would be your happy family here. They would be everything, I think, for you. Your best friends, maybe your greatest love ever, like they are so important to you here. Yeah, here. But something happened here where they were I get almost like again storm warning and clarified with child, that it's like the, you know, like a child that has karma, a karma child. I said that a newborn comes in with like this blank slate, but what if they didn't? What if they came in with karma here? What if they were already marked in some way? Or they had a very like a temper here, that their air, this is a storm warning, it says storm warning, storm is air, right? It has to do with the air element, and with the air element going through this almost looks comes across as a circuit break, like someone having a circuit break, like a head trauma in some way, an aneurysm or something. And because of that, they change, like they become something else here. You know, their mind changes, like they are no longer the same child. You know, like when someone, if a person goes blind, it's like their other senses enhances to compensate for the blindness that you can no longer see. Again, this one, they're not seeing, they're not looking, but they may be feeling, knowing, understanding. A water page here can be very sensitive, as I said, very sensitive, very sound sensitive, very touch, clairsentient, clairaudient. They can be sensitive to touch, to smell, to radiation, preservatives, all kinds of stuff, as a compensation for the air. As I said, there's something, they have lost the sword, they have lost the balance, they've lost the wings. And that could make sense with a storm warning, like let's say a head trauma in some way. A head trauma, an aneurysm, an attack on the brain, storm warning, like the brain goes through a storm, right? That if a brain goes through a storm, it would be like a concussion or worse, right? Head trauma, brain trauma, brain clots, some kind of circuit, electrical circuit breakdown, or depression maybe. But I feel like it's more like it can literally change them into another person. Like they are different, right? They are different here. They lose the sword, so the memory, the knowledge, they lose the scales, they can't seem to balance them. Again, PTSD perhaps, like PTSD, if someone experiences something that feels so like an overwhelm in some way. An overwhelm. And because of that, like the child goes through an overwhelm. Like a PTSD experience here. Like it's like circuits break down. Like there are certain things that just, maybe memories or that you don't have access to. Circuit breakdown. Or like there are certain areas of the brain that are not functioning. Or you have no access to it. It's like the wires don't work, The neurological wires don't work. You have to find ways around it then. Create new ones. And it has changed someone here. It has changed them from being someone who could balance you out, who was your greatest love here. Like this was your happy family, right? Because they were like this, they could balance you out in some way. They had knowledge, they had skills, they had a calm demeanor, perhaps. They were very clever, very knowledgeable, and they were just, perhaps fair in some sense. They liked exploring with you, they liked being with you, they were there, but there's something happened here. Storm warning, it could be like a meteor, right? And maybe you were hit by something, or you fell, you hit your head, or you hit something. And I think it has to do with your mind here. Some kind of mind injury or circuit breakdown, like a PTSD experience. And because of that, you may have lost excitement, right? You may have lost the engaging. Like Is there a center in the brain for that? I guess there is, like the place in the brain that allows us to move forward, like the one that is, as I said, you can sit and you can watch the garden from the window, but you don't get up and go there unless you have the drive, right? The drive to do it. The imagination that if I go out there, I will have this wonderful experience. It's like something has been clotted or changed perhaps here. Seeing without seeing, seeing without looking out the window. It's almost like now I get like a feeling of, being maybe handy, like what if they can move, like they literally can move their body. That they are handicapped in some way. So even like they can look out the window, but they are not moving out there because they can't. Like they can't move their body. They can see without seeing. They can see without seeing as a compensation perhaps for like what we would call real adventure. That would be a more imaginary realm, I guess. A more imaginary realm. I did have actually in the full moon reading, I got the manifesta card from the Lemuria deck, and it has, that manifesta card has a sense of like a fantasy to it. It has a sense of like otherworldly colors and hallucination, what I call it. Like I always consider hallucination with these cards. Like someone who is like they see without seeing. Like they see the garden without being in the garden. They see the colors and the flowers without being in the garden. Maybe they are connecting with you, but they are connecting with you in a different way. Maybe they can't be like maybe they can't be like her anymore. Like she, they are engaging in a different way, and it's the only way they know because they have changed. They have undergone some kind of change. They see beyond the veil. They are maybe psychic, very intuitive. Circuit breakdown. This the lightning and the storm. And of course, all of this could talk about you, like your inner yin to your inner yang, or that the imbalance you feel may have to do with like this an inner balance that you don't have. And that could be something you can find if you go within and you trust your child, your inner child. If they are telling a story here, what are they telling? What kind of story are they telling? They may be telling a story about something here. But it's not, it doesn't come with words. Maybe it comes with emotions. Maybe it comes with sensations. Maybe it comes through some kind of knowledge here that you can't, that this is the only way they can communicate with you, your inner child here. or if this is another person that they are somehow being, their childhood was stripped from them, they had some kind of injury. They are not, if you see them today, they would not be someone you would recognize. They would come across as maybe shy, very easy to intimidate. I guess they would be childlike. They would definitely know stuff, and they would be in hiding. But this is the one that you would call family, right? It is your happy family, like they are your happy ever after, I think. But they have changed. They could have changed. And if this is someone you're looking for, again, like if you have been looking out there, maybe you've had several relationships, or you have had many tries, like maybe you have tried to help them many times, but it just seems like they run away, or they hide, or they do differently than you would normally expect them to do. It's probably because something has happened here. So I want another card on the storm warning, and I get the solar plexus chakra here, and this is exactly what I talk about. It's about solar plexus is the personal power center in the body. This is the center from where we have our drive, our personal power to go forward, to move forward, to feel powerful, to feel strength, to feel endurance, to feel even also excitement. I feel like it's the center from where we take action. Also, when we feel unfairness, right? It's the center that we connect with when we want to be strong, or when we want to take action, and when we want to go out there. And I feel like there's something that has happened to this. Again, the feeling of engaging, like the drive to engage, the drive to do something, to seek something. Also, because every time you engage with something out there, you have the potential to grow and know more about yourself, to learn something, to become, capable, like you can conquer the world, right? That would be the solar plexus chakra also, to conquer the world, right? You have this drive to go out there and just do it, right? But when there's a storm warning, and like things are breaking down here, it feels like someone has been overwhelmed, like their own personal will or strength has been drowned somehow. And that is what I felt in the beginning. Like I felt that it's like this urge to go out there, to engage, the feeling, the urge to engage, which I believe is very, very important for an Aries. If you don't have that urge, it's like a block to your excitement, like potential excitement, potential adventure. It blocks you never initiate, you never start, you never go, you never, because it's like, it doesn't matter. Why even try? What I want to engage with, what I want to be with, what I want to, it's not there. Like this is not there. The one that balances me is not there. Right? It's gone. It's long overdue. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong timeline. I can't find it. It's not there. So why even try? Like, why even go there? It's like someone has lost their entire drive, I feel like, or I think grief can do this. Like if you lose someone you really care about here, someone who is your happy family, your happy ever after, the one, the only one, it's like grief can do this. Grief can kill, I want to say, life force, right? It's like it doesn't make sense to live if they are not there. It's like they have changed. The seer here makes sense also with this energy, right? That it's, and they sit here in meditation and are very still. Maybe they are engaging with you, but you know, they are doing it from their perspective. They're doing it from their, I hear hiding, like from their place, from their, like maybe you are the fire that they need. Oh, what was that? I saw this. Oh, it was a, it's an older film. What was it? I don't remember the title, but it was interesting. It's like, it was this doctor who was working with catatonic patients. And like catatonic patients, they just sit there, right? It's like they are in, like their body is like a prison for them. They can engage and go out there and be active. They are still, the still stand, like a catatonic, a state of physical being. And it means they can't engage and go out there and learn and be part of and speak with and smell, and they can't do it on their own. They need someone to take the wheelchair and take them outdoors, you know, to sit here and feel and smell and hear. Like if nobody is doing it for them, they can't have that experience. He realized that he could throw a ball towards them and they would actually get their arm up and catch the ball. But then they would be still again. Like they could, and he saw it a bit like if when I use my motion, like my energy motion, when I throw the ball towards them, it's like they're lending my movement to lift their own arm up and catch the ball. But they can't do it without someone like throwing the ball in the first place. Then they can lend the energy when someone is throwing the ball towards them. But if nobody does, they stay catatonic. If you start throwing the ball, they can lend your energy to lift up their arm and catch the ball. So now I get something like, it's almost like they need some fire to get them out of the prison. Like they can see a lot from where they are, but they can't fly, they can't free themselves, I feel like. They can't cut, they are in a catatonic state of what they normally are, like what they were once here. It's a catatonic state of non-growth and standstill. I said that in the beginning. Now I get this feeling that they are, and yes, they can dream, like from this place they can dream. They can dream about the garden. They can dream about the happy, fun beach party here, fun play. They can remember something, but they can't move, like they are in a still stand. It's almost like they need your motion, right? They need this motion from you, perhaps, to be able to open the doors and get out. Yeah, that's what it feels like, a catatonic or immovable, ungrowable seed or state that someone is in here. So again, it could be someone who's very handicapped, trapped in their body, like they are not behind physical jail bars, but they still are. Like the body in movement or pain or whatever they are in makes them not able to engage out there in the way that they normally could, right? It's limiting them, or it's literally imprisoning them. Does that make sense? And it has changed them into a more watery state, because if you can't move, the only thing you can do is dream or meditate or go within or look for answers within, become a seer here, perhaps. Maybe they need some of your fire, like your drive, Aries, to ignite. Or as I just said, if someone is catatonic, they need a helper to drive the wheelchair outside here. They need someone to come and fetch them, because they are in a still stand here. They can't do it on their own. They can't, they won't. They can't and won't be able to break out of their own still stand. They need you to engage, but it will not feel the same as this, perhaps. Because here they were active, here they were vital, here they were able to, walk and talk and everything. And here it feels like they are not, like they are disabled in some way, or, as I said, distinct, like they are not here. If you look at a catatonic person, it looks like there's nobody in there. Like there's no life force in their eyes. Like it looks like there's nothing happening in there. Like there's no brain activity. But I think there is something happening. It's just different. It's not the same. Can I have an advice? An advice on this situation. What is Aries supposed to do here? Or what could Aries do? Of course, you have free will. You can do whatever you want. But what would be helpful for Aries, perhaps, in this case? So I get Page of Wands. Again, it's the same thing as here. And we see there are two birds here on each side of this Page of Wands. I think that, Aries, you should go out there. You should look for, become this Page of Wands again. Trust your innocence here. Become this Page of Wands. Go on adventure if you can. Try to remember what it was like when you were this Page of Wands. And it seems like something will follow you here. You will have companionship. But again, it may not be in the way that you normally think. Like maybe these birds here is like an indication that they are with you, right? That they are here. As I said, energy can change but not die. Physics have somehow proved that, right? That when something dies or it gets distinct, yes, it gets distinct in that form, but not necessarily in, like, not that it's not there. If you believe in soul incarnation, you must also believe in the fact that you can incarnate in a human body. When that human body dies, the soul doesn't die. It can incarnate in another body, or it can incarnate maybe in a bird here, or in a sea creature, or in another zodiac, right? That it has a different zodiac expression. Maybe there is a time or an age gap. If something died as a child here and you grew up, if you were you were these two children playing here, but one of you died and the other one grew up, you could, as an adult, meet someone here who is that person, right? But they come across differently. They're not, like, they have a different way of expressing themselves, but they have just incarnated in another body, right? And we can incarnate, we can have one lifespan, die, incarnate again, have another one, die, incarnate again. So the soul can be the same. The soul could be the same. And that could be what you're missing here, like a soul remembrance, a soul recognition. Which it seems like you can't have, like the soul recognition isn't there. So when I can't have the soul recognition in my wife anymore, because they have had some kind of injury here, why even bother? Like, why take her outdoor? Why take her to the beach? Why, why doing that? Because I will not have the same feeling here with them. I will not have the same feeling. It's not the same. If I go to the care facility where they may live, and I can take their wheelchair and take them outside, I can't have the same conversation. I can't have the same. So for me, it's not the same, right? It's not the same. I would say the advice is to, like, maybe remember what it was like here, the Page of Wands. What did you do? Like, what were some of the things you did here together? How did you explore together here? Because I feel like it's like there is company here for you. It may just not be. It could be that you just, well, maybe allow that maybe some of the birds are with you because they can, right? Like, they can be with you here because they can when someone could not or cannot. Maybe you should allow the birds to be your companion and believe that part of those birds are them. But because they are in some other state here, they can physically be there with you, but something else can. And because it can, it's there. Or even just, enjoy the company of something else here. When you know something else cannot, or you have given up on it. Maybe these slight explorations here will awaken some kind of memory in you, or maybe these new adventures that you try, that you do on your own, and maybe you will find some kind of satisfaction, even if they are not with you. It could also be that this idea that you take your own exploration, that you go out there and you take photos, and you make a video of where you have been going, and you take it back to show them, right? You take it right back to show them what you have been doing, and that, like, this energy you've put into it, as I said with the ball, like when you throw the ball, maybe it can make them respond in a way. Like maybe when they see your pictures or your video, they start laughing, or that there's something that needs to come in that can maybe awaken something. That you shouldn't stop exploring. You shouldn't isolate yourself or sit in a chair because you don't have your best companion with you. Like, there will be others, I believe, here. It may not be quite the same, but I think there will be others. And again, you can do as maybe they are doing. Like, maybe they sit mostly like this because it's the only thing they can do. Like behind bars, or in some state where they can't seem to move. Or they can move from it, meaning that if they have died here and they are on the other side and they haven't reincarnated in another form, that is the way you can communicate. That's the only way you can communicate with them here. There is no other way. You should trust that they are with you. That if there are birds around you when you go explore, it's because they are there with you. Because where they are, they can move. Like where they are, they could be in a different realm here. And they see you, right? But they are not there with you. It shouldn't make you not go. It shouldn't make you not engage. It shouldn't make you procrastinate. You should still go and explore your life. You should still, this can happen when people are grieving, right? That they stop their life. They stop engaging in life. They stop finding there's no meaning without my other person there. So I stop engaging. But I don't think that is what you're supposed to do. I think you should engage still. And if there are birds around you, just think that, know that it could be them, right? It could be their way of engaging with you. Because they try to engage with you, but you may not know it, or you may not see it, because you want them to show up in this form. Or you want to find them in this form, but maybe they are not like that, right? They can't, perhaps. The only way is maybe through their mind, or the only way is through birds or other creatures in some way. So I know this reading is maybe a bit out there for some of you, but I'm reading what I get. I said it in the beginning, I read what I get, not whether it's fact or not whether it's what you want to hear, not whether it soothes your ego or something. I read what I get, right? So if you are still here with me, you haven't clicked off the channel, then I hope this can somehow help you with finding maybe some kind of solace, or that I think that they are trying to communicate with you. You just have to accept the form of it, right? Especially if they are not here anymore, if they are deceased, I hear, or like extinct. They can't come in the same form. That form is distinct. They can't show themselves like this with wings, and if it's distinct, it's not here anymore. It will be different. If you're looking for wings, it's the birds, right? If you're looking for swords here, air element, it's the wind, it's meditation. It is going within, it's searching your innocence, your innocent mind. If it's balance you're looking for, maybe it's nature, where you preferred to explore. Where did you go when you were the happy family? What kind of world was that? Where could you find this balance? Like maybe like the way you can interact with them is puzzle pieces. Like you have one piece here with the birds. You have one piece with exploring your own mind and inner universe here. You have another piece with going into nature, perhaps. And then that this is what you have that you can gather. Because if they are not here anymore, if this is a person that died, that they had some kind of heart attack or something here, or a brain aneurysm and they died, they are not physically here, but it doesn't mean that their spirit can be around you. And I get it, it's not the way you would prefer, but it's the way it may be. And I think that if you allow yourself to open to this experience, perhaps you will find that it's more and more. You will find that they will be around you more and more. You will find that the birds are there. You will find butterflies there. You will find that it comes and surrounds you more and more. To make you know that they're still there. It's just in another form, because they can't come in like angels like this. It's not possible in the current vibration of Earth. I hope this helped somehow someone out there. So I'm not saying this is easy. I'm saying that it's the way. If you want to have contact, it's the way. It could be the way to go through your third eye, to sit yourself. That is the way. Otherwise, you have to go and find other adventures. You have to not stop searching. That they are still there, they are still surrounding you, they are still with you. It's just whether you allow yourself to believe that, if you allow yourself to trust it. And they are sharing the experiences with you wherever you go. Again, I feel like it's the same thing, like these are both Page of Wands. Here you can see the angel-like person, right? Here you have the birds. So yes, it's not the same experience. But like they're still there with you, I feel like. In spirit they are there. And I think, or I hope it's an advice card, right? To not stop exploring, to not stop or not giving up on finding something that is right for you. This is what I feel like I have for you. Aries, I hope this helps somehow. Take care of yourself out there. Love and light to you. Bye bye.